This is TWiT.
TikTok executives know about the app's effect on teens, say the 13 states in the District of Columbia.
Hey,
now,
this is a perfect example of why every journalist or person ever looking at a court document where it's got redactions should just ambiently be trying to highlight the text and paste it in somewhere to see if it actually redacted. I did that on like 2 or 3 of these state lawsuits just as I was looking at them. Didn't happen to get the Kentucky one, but dang, those Kentucky reporters who that then joined the NPR team and got the redactions, hats off to you.
in one of the lawsuits filed by the Kentucky Attorney General's office, the redactions were faulty, writes NPR. This was revealed when Kentucky Public Radio copied and pasted, and apparently exactly the same thing you did, right, Paris?
Yes,
copied and pasted excerpts.
Often, I mean, it's not frequent, but sometimes it
works. Well, that means what? They redacted it with like a PDF tool or something.
Yeah.
That didn't really, all it did was put
put it in front of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the text was still there behind it.
So by doing so, they got about 30 pages of documents that the Kentucky Attorney General thought they had redacted. This is the same documents I think all of the other states had. Kentucky Public Radio published excerpts of the redacted material, which prompted the state judge to seal the entire complaint because you weren't supposed to see it. However, NPR says, we reviewed all the portions of the suits that were redacted. It highlights TikTok executives speaking candidly about a host of dangers for children on TikTok, mostly summaries of internal studies and communications. They do show some remedial measures like time management tools, but they also showed they'd have a negligible reduction in screen time. Company went ahead and decided to release and tout the features anyway. I still think TikTok is the bee's knees, and
I agree.
Quote me on that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, for adults.
My son would not.
I do think that, and I totally agree. But I do think it's notable some of the details revealed in these unredacted documents, such as TikTok's own research states that for child users, compulsive usage of TikTok correlates with a slew of negative mental health effects, like loss of analytical skills, memory formation, contextual thinking, conversational depth, empathy, and increased anxiety. In addition, the documents show that TikTok was aware that, quote, compulsive usage also interferes with essential personal responsibilities like sufficient sleep, work-school responsibilities, and connecting with loved ones. And this is like their research on the effects of their own platform on child users, which make up the majority of TikTok's user base. I do think that's kind of notable.
The TikTok's response was this is cherry picked, this is sealed, and there's a reason it was sealed, and we this is an unfair use of this content without giving us a chance to defend ourselves. In the previously redacted portion of the suit, according to NPR, Kentucky authorities say under 35 minutes, an average user is likely to become addicted to the platform.
You see, come on.
What?
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous.
Okay. TikTok determined the precise amount of viewing it takes for someone to form a habit, according to the redacted documents, 260 videos.
So does every TV producer and every newspaper and every book author. They do the same thing.
But I mean, are those like people are those people exclusively targeting children?
Well, doesn't TikTok say you have to be 13
Sesame
or
Street
above?
does. It's pretty.
Yeah, but it has a significant amount of under 13 users, which these lawsuits, as well as the DOJ suit, also get at. Specifically, that TikTok doesn't really seem to, according to these suits, take the enforcement actions to actually get under 13-year-olds off the platform.
Let's follow that all the way through. How would they know that you're under 13?
One of the examples, I think it's in this NPR article, is if users have like I'm 10 in their bio.
Well, clearly, okay. That TikTok should say, oh, you can't be 10. But really, the only effective way to prevent young people from using it is age verification. And we know that that's not a acceptable solution because it would be required for everyone using the app, and it would require basically a complete I mean, how am I going to verify my age? I'm going to send them a copy of my driver's license.
You're going to give it all to the Chinese. Let's not forget.
I agree with the concerns about age verification. I think they're completely valid, but I do also think there is some merit to the argument that the DOJ and attorneys general, as superfluous as they may be in some cases, I do think there's merit to the argument that they're advancing, that it seems like based on certain evidence or things they found in discovery, that TikTok has had a pattern of telling its moderators, like, hey, maybe don't take action on accounts unless you're 1,000% sure overwhelmingly that they're over 13, even when internal signs point to accounts actually almost certainly being under 13. I think that there's a lot more that TikTok can be doing that it isn't, that is short of actual age verification with IDs. And that's kind of what these suits are about.
Yes, and that's what they would have to prove, right? The suits would have to prove. Hey, it's Leo Laporte. Hope you enjoyed this little snippet from our show This Week in Google. For the full show, you can either go to our website, twit.tv/twig, or find Twig in your favorite podcast client. And, of course, there's links right below, somewhere down there, for more information.